Am I the asshole for refusing to change my sister-in-law's baby's diaper? I've been married to my wife for over a decade, and we've got a few kids of our own. Life's busy, but we manage. My sister-in-law, Lisa, and her husband, Tom, welcomed their son 2 years ago. They're good people, but they have this habit of asking others to handle things I'd expect them to do themselves. It's not a big deal most of the time, just mildly annoying. Like when they visit our house, an hour's drive from theirs, they'll text ahead to ask if we've got their kids' favorite crackers. I mean, they're well off, so it's not about money. Why not just toss a pack in the diaper bag? I don't get it. When they're over, it's like they outsource parenting. If Lisa steps out to grab something, she'll ask my wife, one of our kids, or even me to watch their son, even if Tom's sitting right there scrolling on his phone. It's odd, right? You've got two parents in the room, but they're delegating. I've mentioned this to my wife, but she thinks I'm overreacting, says I'm being too harsh. Maybe I am, but it rubs me the wrong way. Last weekend, we were at my mother-in-law's for a family dinner. The table was packed with relatives, the smell of roasted chicken filling the air. Lisa and Tom's kid was toddling around, giggling, when Lisa suddenly sniffed the air and grimaced. The kid had a poopy diaper, unmistakable. Out of nowhere, Lisa turns to me with this saccharine smile and says, "Uncle Dave, can you change his diaper?" I froze. It wasn't the first time she'd asked me to do something for their kid, but this was a new one. The whole table went quiet, forks hovering. I kept my tone polite but firm. "No, I'm sorry, I don't do that." Lisa blinked, confused. "You don't do diapers?" she asked, like I'd confessed to never brushing my teeth. I explained, "No, I don't change other people's kids' diapers if their parents are around. If I'm babysitting, sure. But when you or Tom are right here, that's your job." I wasn't trying to be a jerk, just setting a boundary. I've got 3 kids of my own, and I've always handled their diapers, snacks, and tantrums myself. I'm not signing up to be a backup parent for anyone else. Lisa's face crumpled, and she looked like she might cry. "Well, I feel selfish now," she said, voice shaky. I tried to lighten the mood, smiling. "Not trying to make you feel bad, just being clear about my limits." She got up, grabbed the baby, and headed to change him. The table stayed awkward, conversation stilted, like everyone was waiting for the moment to pass. Later, my wife pulled me aside, fuming. "You didn't have to make her feel bad," she said. "You could have just changed the diaper." I stood my ground. "I'm not here to parent their kid," I told her. "They're capable." Reflecting on it, I wonder if I came off too cold. I wasn't trying to shame Lisa, but I've got my own responsibilities. When our kids were babies, I never asked anyone else to change them unless we were desperate. It's about owning your role as a parent, you know? Lisa and Tom don't seem to see it that way, and now my wife's caught in the middle, trying to keep the peace. I don't want family drama, but I also don't want to be the guy everyone dumps their tasks on. Maybe I could have worded it better, but I meant what I said. Boundaries matter. Am I the asshole for refusing to change their kid's diaper? Am I the asshole for not crashing a wedding my family wasn't invited to? I'm a 24-year-old woman, and this past week has been a whirlwind of family drama. Growing up, my family was tight with a group of about 25 people. Think extended relatives and close family friends. We've spent every major holiday together for years. Easter egg hunts, 4th of July barbecues, Thanksgiving feasts, you name it. One family in this crew, the Thompsons, has been like second kin. My parents have known them for over 30 years, and their daughter, Emily, is 28, just a few years older than me. We've practically grown up together, sharing backyard campouts and Christmas cookie bake-offs. So when I heard Emily was getting married last weekend, I assumed we'd all be there, toasting her big day. Then came the bombshell. My parents got a call from another friend in the group asking how we were getting to the wedding. That's when it hit. We weren't invited. No save the date, no text, no email, nothing. It stung bad. I mean, I've known Emily my whole life. We've swapped secrets at sleepovers and cheered at each other's graduations. My parents are chill, drama-free people, so it wasn't like we'd caused some rift. The confusion was real, and yeah, it hurt to feel left out of such a big moment. But at the end of the day, it's her wedding, her guest list. I figured there was nothing we could do but respect it. My family, though, they had other plans. My parents, cousins, and siblings were livid, calling it ridiculous that we weren't included. Their solution? Show up anyway. They were dead set on crashing the wedding, acting like it was some oversight that didn't need an invitation to fix. I couldn't wrap my head around it. "We weren't invited," I said, trying to reason with them. "We can't just barge in." They turned on me saying I wasn't supporting the family, that I should be as outraged as they were. I got it, they felt betrayed. But crashing a wedding, that's a hard no. I told them I wasn't going, and most of my relatives doubled down, calling me disloyal. One cousin, Sarah, also wanted to skip it, but got pressured into going. She later told me it was awkward as hell, shuffling into a venue where the bride's family clearly wasn't expecting them, sitting wherever they could since there were no assigned tables. Now there's an after event planned for next week, and guess what? My family's planning to crash that too. They're still on my case, saying I'm abandoning them by not showing up. I've tried explaining that I get why they're upset, but gate crashing feels wrong, like we're forcing ourselves where we're not wanted. It's like everyone's worst traits have surfaced these past 2 weeks: entitlement, stubbornness, you name it. I'm starting to question if I'm being too rigid. Maybe I should have gone to keep the peace, to stand with my family. But every time I think about walking into a celebration uninvited, it feels like crossing a line I can't uncross. I'd rather stay home than deal with the awkward stares and whispered judgments. Sarah said the wedding was tense enough, and I can only imagine what the next event will be like. I keep wondering if there's something I'm missing, some unspoken rule about loyalty that I'm not getting. But I also think respect goes both ways. If Emily didn't want us there, that's her call, even if it hurts. My family's reaction feels like it's more about pride than principle. I just want to move on, but they're making it hard. So here I am, stuck between standing my ground and feeling like the odd one out. Am I the asshole for not attending the wedding with my family? Am I the asshole for refusing to swap bedrooms with my younger sister? I'm a 17-year-old guy living in a typical UK terraced house with my parents and my sister, who's a year younger. Our place has 3 bedrooms, 2 decent-sized ones and a tiny box room that's barely big enough for a bed and a desk. I've had one of the larger rooms since I was a kid, mostly because I'm the older sibling, and frankly, I'm bigger. I need the space for my stuff, school books, clothes, and gear for my part-time job. My sister Lily has been in the other big room, but recently she's been on a mission to convince our parents to make us swap. Her argument? It's unfair that I've had the bigger room for so long and she needs it for her schoolwork. I'll be honest, her reasoning doesn't add up. I'm not just sitting around playing video games. I'm in the middle of a degree apprenticeship in audit, which means I'm juggling work and study. Some days I'm out with my employer, crunching numbers. Others I'm home buried in textbooks. My room's my sanctuary, where I spread out spreadsheets and notes without knocking elbows with the walls. Lily's claim is that the smaller room cramps her academic potential, but I call BS. I've got mates in similar houses, stuck in box rooms who've outdone her in grades. It's not about the room size, it's about focus. The grades don't lie, and she's not exactly topping the class. Our parents, though, are buying her story. They say I've had the bigger room long enough and it's time to share the privilege. I pushed back, arguing that as the older sibling with more responsibilities, like uni applications and a job, I need the space more. Plus, I'm taller, broader, and my stuff literally doesn't fit in the box room. I tried to keep it logical, pointing out that people have achieved more with less. One friend of mine, in a room half the size of Lily's, just got into Oxford. Meanwhile, Lily's acting like a shoebox bedroom is holding her back from greatness. It's not like she's the golden child either. Her report cards are solid, but nothing special. The tension's been building for weeks. Family dinners turn into debates, with Lily pouting and my parents giving me that don't be selfish look. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but moving to the box room feels like a demotion for no good reason. I'd have to cram my desk into a corner, ditch half my clothes, and probably study in the living room, which is chaos central with the TV always on. I told them if fairness is the issue, we could rotate rooms every few years, but they shot that down. Apparently, it's all or nothing. Lily gets the big room, and I'm stuck squeezing into the box. I get that Lily might want more space. Who doesn't? But her argument feels flimsy, like she's just jealous I've had the room longer. My parents keep saying it's about equality, but it feels like they're favoring her whining over my practical needs. I'm not moving out anytime soon because of my apprenticeship, so this isn't a temporary issue. I've even offered to help reorganize her room to make it work better, but she's fixated on the swap. Now I'm wondering if I'm being stubborn or if they're being unfair. It's not about pride, I just want a space that fits my life. Am I the asshole for refusing to give up my bedroom? Am I the asshole for sticking to simple movies with my wife? I love my wife, Sarah, to pieces. She's smart, kind, and gorgeous inside and out. She teaches high school English and social studies, always juggling a stack of novels like they're her lifeline. But when it comes to movies, it's a different story. Unless it's a Hallmark flick about a big city lawyer rediscovering love with her small-town baker ex, Sarah's lost. Complex plots? They might as well be quantum physics. I noticed this when we were dating. We watched The Matrix, and her questions like, why is he dodging bullets, had me side-eyeing. Even The Usual Suspects, where they spell out the twist, left her confused. I've accepted it. I'm cool chilling with her, watching predictable holiday romances about white folks finding Christmas magic. It's our thing. Last Friday, we had her sister Emily and her husband Mike over for a couple's night. We cooked a big lasagna dinner, laughed over wine, and planned to watch a movie. Emily suggested Shutter Island, a psychological thriller with twists that hit like a freight train. I knew it'd be a disaster for Sarah. I tried steering them toward something lighter, like that new Laura Dern rom-com, but they ganged up on me. It's Shutter Island or bust, Emily said. I sighed and gave in, hoping Sarah would just vibe and not stress. Big mistake. As the credits rolled, Sarah's face was pure confusion. She started asking things like, wait, was he crazy the whole time? And why was the lighthouse important? The room got tense. Emily and Mike exchanged looks, and I swear I saw judgment in their eyes, like Sarah was missing something obvious. I tried to smooth it over, whispering, I'll explain later, but Sarah got snappy. Just answer me now, she said, loud enough to make it awkward. I deflected, but the damage was done. Emily and Mike left, and Sarah turned on me. I noticed we only watch Hallmark stuff, she said, hurt. Do you think I'm stupid? I was floored. Babe, you're smarter than me, I said. I just like chilling with you, and those movies are easy. She wasn't buying it. She went on, reciting plots from novels like Pride and Prejudice to prove she's no airhead. I just don't focus on movies the same way, she said. I swore I'd never questioned her intelligence, but she felt patronized. To prove I wasn't hiding smart movies from her, I agreed to watch Memento the next day. It's a mind-bender with a backward timeline. I could see her struggling not to ask questions, her eyes darting like she was solving a puzzle. Later, I caught her on Wikipedia, reading the plot summary. She didn't admit it, but I know her head was spinning. Now I'm wondering if I've been a jerk. I love our cozy movie nights, even if it's always predictable rom-coms. They're low stakes, and we cuddle up without her feeling lost. But maybe I've been selfish, picking what's easy for me instead of what challenges her. She's brilliant with books, so maybe I should have pushed for movies that match her intellect, even if it means pausing to explain. On the flip side, I don't want her feeling embarrassed like she did with her sister. I just want us to enjoy our time together, not turn movie night into a test. Was I wrong to steer us toward simple films, thinking it'd keep things smooth? I'm starting to think I underestimated her, or maybe I just wanted to avoid the hassle. Either way, she's hurt, and that's the last thing I wanted. Am I the asshole for avoiding complicated movies with my wife? Am I the asshole for grounding my stepdaughter for selling my formal dress? I'm a 37-year-old woman with 2 sons and a stepdaughter, Amy, who's 16. My husband and I have been blending our families for a while, and it's mostly smooth. But recently, Amy crossed a line. I've kept my old formal dresses from my younger days. Prom, galas, you name it. They don't fit me anymore, but they're sentimental. One's a one-of-a-kind silk gown from a brand that's long gone. I plan to pass them down to my nieces, who are 15 and 13 and already eyeing my collection. My sons, not interested. When Amy needed a dress for prom, I offered her my old prom dress. She loved it, wore it, and kept it in her wardrobe afterward. I thought it was a sweet moment, like passing down a piece of my past. Then came the earbud drama. Amy left her expensive wireless earbuds in her sweatpants pocket and ruined them in the wash. She asked for a new pair, but my husband and I told her to save up for them herself since she wanted a pricey brand. We offered her some wired earphones, but she turned her nose up. A week later, she went to stay with her mom and came back sporting the exact earbuds she wanted. I asked if her mom bought them. Nope. Amy admitted she sold my silk prom dress on a secondhand site to fund the purchase. My heart sank. She didn't ask, didn't mention it, just sold something irreplaceable for $150 to buy earbuds. I was livid, but tried to stay calm. That dress wasn't just fabric, it was memories of a night I felt unstoppable, twirling under lights with my high school friends. I told Amy she was grounded, confiscated the earbuds, and said she'd get them back when she repaid the $150. She argued it wasn't a big deal, saying I hadn't been clear about whether the dress was a loan or a gift. My husband agreed with her, saying I was too harsh since I didn't explicitly say she couldn't sell it. Amy, upset, packed up and went to her mom's. I started second-guessing myself. Was I overreacting? The money wasn't the issue, it was the principle. She took something of mine, something meaningful, and treated it like a quick cash grab. I called Amy's mom, who was just as shocked. She tracked down the buyer, got the dress back, and agreed Amy needed consequences. She grounded her too and made her apologize. Amy's since said sorry and we've made up, but I still feel the sting. My husband's come around, admitting he was too neutral at first. Looking back, I wonder if I should have been clearer about the dress's importance. Kids make mistakes, I get it. I've made plenty myself. But selling something without asking felt like a betrayal, especially since I'd shared it with her out of trust. I didn't call the cops or anything dramatic. I just wanted her to understand actions have weight. Now, things are calmer, but I'm left wondering if I went too far with the grounding. Amy's a good kid, but she's got a knack for pushing boundaries. I want her to learn responsibility without feeling like I'm the wicked stepmom. The dress is back, safe in my closet, but I'm still figuring out how to balance discipline with understanding. Maybe I could have handled it softer, sat her down to talk instead of jumping to punishment. But in the moment, all I saw was red. I just hope she gets why it mattered so much to me. Am I the asshole for grounding my stepdaughter for selling my dress? Am I the asshole for telling my mom's family I don't owe her anything because of her gender disappointment? I'm a 16-year-old guy, and my relationship with my mom has been rocky, to put it mildly. From the moment I was born, she made it clear she didn't want a son. Her dream was 4 daughters, and I was the first kid to ruin that plan. I've seen the hospital videos, her sobbing when the doctor said, "It's a boy," refusing to hold me, crying over not using the girl's name she'd picked. My paternal grandma stepped in, holding me in those early photos while mom sulked. For the first 8 years of my life, grandma was my real parent. She fed me, read me stories, and let me crash at her place for weeks at a time. Mom barely noticed. Then grandma died from a brain bleed, and I was left with a mom who wanted girls and a dad who's more ATM than parent. 2 years after me, mom had my sister Lily. Jackpot, she got her girl. Lily's been her golden child ever since. They're inseparable, like best friends. Lily gets the bigger bedroom, piles of gifts, her favorite snacks, and every extracurricular she wants. Her birthdays are blowouts with custom cakes and massive presents. Christmas? Mom gets her at least 25 gifts. Me? I'm lucky to get one, usually something generic like socks I'd never wear. Mom's love for Lily is loud and obvious, while I'm an afterthought. I've felt it my whole life, but it hit harder after Grandma died. With her gone, I had no one in my corner. Things have gotten tense lately because I'm done staying quiet. When Mom ignores me or fawns over Lily, I call it out. I'll say she's playing favorites or point out how she treats me like I don't exist. She gets defensive, sometimes bringing up how I ruined her dream of 4 daughters. It's like she blames me for being born male. My dad's never around to hear this. He's too busy working, so Mom gets the brunt of my frustration. I know it's not all her fault, but it's hard to stay calm when she acts like I'm a disappointment. Last Friday, we were at my mom's parents' house for dinner. Mom was gushing about Lily's latest school project, going on about the custom helmet and personalized lock she bought for Lily's new scooter. It was endless. Praise, gifts, the works. I couldn't take it. I blurted out, "You really love showering your favorite with gifts and praise, don't you?" The room went silent. My grandparents jumped in, saying I should go easier on Mom, that we had some little troubles because of her gender disappointment. I snapped. "I don't owe her shit because she had gender disappointment," I said. "I didn't ask to be born to a mom who only wanted daughters." They looked shocked, telling me I lacked adult understanding and compassion. I just sat there, fuming, as the night fizzled out. Now I'm wondering if I went too far. I get that Mom had her vision, but I didn't choose to be her son. I've spent years feeling like I don't matter, watching Lily get everything while I scrape by on crumbs. My mom's family acts like I should just accept it, like her disappointment excuses neglecting me. I'm not trying to be cruel, but I'm tired of pretending it's okay. Maybe I could have said it nicer, but bottling it up hasn't worked either. I just want to be seen, not pitied or scolded for calling out the obvious. Was I wrong to throw it in their faces like that? Am I the asshole for telling my mom's family I don't owe her anything?